Hello, everybody. Today is a special day. Do you ever make resolutions and you don't keep them? Do you wanna find out how to keep your resolutions going? This is a special time. We're right before the commemoration of 3,334 years since the Torah was given on Mount Sinai, and 40 days later, the tablets were brought down from Mount Sinai, the Luches. So what we're going to do over here, what you're looking at, is different emotions, the way they correspond to different areas of the body. Let's say you have the middle, and then you have on the right side, I hope at least it looks like on you, to you, the right side, that is corresponding, that's an emotion which connects to the right brain. And on the other side, on the left side, you have the two dots underneath the letters. That corresponds to the left brain. And so we're going to go through this, and this is going to help us. It's sort of like a chart to help us figure out, what are we missing in the way we in our emotions, the way we express our emotions. Maybe for a certain, we need to use different tools. For a certain problem, we need a different tool, and maybe we're just using the wrong tool. And if we're just aware of the other tool, and that a different tool is more appropriate to the problem, we can balance and use and be effective with our emotions. So let's start off at the very top. The biggest letters spells Kesser, which means the crown, and the crown is like the driver, the like the point. And you're going to see something really interesting. Uh, the in that in those letters, on the top of the page, the big three letters, and then a second line, there's a third line, there's a fourth line. Underneath the fourth line, there's some vowels. There's some vowels, four vowels, and the way they're shaped is a line, and then it's like a T, but it's not exactly a T because in underneath the line, it's more like a keyhole. It's like round. So there's a line, and there's like a round dot that's connected. It's a little bit like a T, and that is a vowel. And basically, that design is telling you what to do with your mouth in order to make the sound that makes. And so what a line means, across means just slightly open your mouth, but then underneath it, it says, but make your mouth round. And you make your lips round. So when you make your lips round, you open your mouth slightly and you make it round. Guess which sound is the natural, intuitive sound that you're going to make is oh. So that's the sound that this vowel makes, oh. And when do people intuitively use this sound? They say this, they use this sound when they get the point. It's not really that they're understanding something, they've just got the point. They understand the point, they have the point, they have the main idea, and they go, oh, I get it. That's the intuitive sound of this vowel. So wherever you see it underneath the letter, there's a consonant sound you need to make, and underneath it is that oh sound. Oh, I got it. Because that's the crown. You got the point. Let's go to the right. You go to the right, and you have like a few lines. It says Chochma, which means insight, which we know that's the right brain. Yud K, it's the first two letters of God's name. And look at the bottom. It's basically four straight lines underneath those letters. So that vowel, you already know intuitively how to make that sound, because it's telling you just open your mouth a little bit. So what's the intuitive sound that you make when you slightly open your mouth? You just go, ah, ah, ah. It's the A sound, short A sound. So when do people intuitively use this sound? Ah, aha, aha. That's when they were trying to understand something, and suddenly they got the insight. Suddenly they got that eureka moment, the aha moment. The aha moment is the natural intuitive sound that's corresponding with the right brain, which is inside. On the left side, go straight to the left side, and you're going to say the same things. The bottom line, underneath the bottom line, you have God's name. Underneath it is these two dots, two dots, two dots, and two dots, 4 times, right next to each other. So you already figured out that those two dots basically telling you to widen your mouth a little wider than when you're just opening your mouth. Just widen your mouth, 2 dots, like you put like 2 fingers in your mouth and make your lips on the side wider. And the natural intuitive sound that you're going to make is A, yo. And so when we use this sound, A, you, when we're trying to get somebody's attention to pay attention. So we're basically, what we're doing is we're using their cognitive brain. It's not just about understanding an idea. We need them to pay attention to their surroundings and to be aware of more than one point. In other words, it's not a flat line. It's like 2 dots. Like there's more over here. You got to pay attention to something else. You got to use your comprehension. Hey, you pay attention. And it's more of the type of energy in that is more of a alert energy. Whereas in the aha moment, that's more of a pleasure. But over here, it's an alertness. The left brain has a different energy. Okay, let's go back to the right side to the second line, the second one. And you'll see the second one, you'll see God's name. And underneath the God's name is 3 dots, 3 dots, 3 dots, and 3 dots. So you already know that it's 3 dots, not just 2 dots. You gotta put your chin down a little bit and to make that sound. That there's a dot in the middle. It's not just 2 dots wide in your mouth. You gotta actually put your chin down, and the sound you're gonna make when you put your chin down, you're gonna be eh. That's an intuitive sound, eh. And type of energy, this is when people are really enthusiastic, really rising up with joy, with happiness, enthusiasm. This is the energy of eh. Yes. In English, you say yes. Yes. The S sound. Just say it again. Yes. And you're starting to feel that energy. This is the enthusiasm. This is chesed. This is what kindness really is. It is that yes feeling. Yes. Let's all say yes. And in different other cultures, they say he, he. Right? It's a S sound. It's a feeling of enthusiasm. That is what kindness is all about, what love is about. It's an enthusiasm. Wait, we got that intuitive sound. Let's go straight to the left side, all the way to the left side, and you'll say the corresponding emotion, and you see there's 2 dots on top of each other, and it's 4 times, 2 dots, 2 dots, 2 dots, 2 dots. What is that? This is a very short sound. This sound is intuitive to picking up a heavy weight, and you go, ugh, ugh. In America, they call it the schwa sound. In Hebrew, you call it the shva, but the Sephardic pronunciation is like the American pronunciation. It's the schwa. And what is the schwa? The schwa is the sound, the effort sound. You know, when you're putting a lot of effort to do something, you go, it's a very short sound. And also the mouth opens up high, top to bottom. Just you see this by basketball players when they're like breathing and they're putting their effort, and their mouth opens up in a way where the chin goes down, and they go to put in that effort. So this is the energy of gvura, of focus, of strength and focus and strictness and discipline. This is the energy of discipline. It's the put some into it, and it's the energy of discipline, as opposed to the energy of in jubilation, which is the S sound. So this is the sound. Now let's go right to the middle, a little low in the middle. And what it is, straight in the middle of the page. what it is a dot above the letters. And we already know that when we round and make our mouth round, we make the O sound. But over here, the energy, the dot above the letters, the energy over here is of empathy. And empathy, the natural sound that people make when they're being empathetic is O. Oh, I understand what you're saying. It's OH. They spell it OH, but you say it O, OW. Oh, I understand what you're saying. And that's the way you sound this vowel in Lithuania. Many people in America sounded that this way. If you're from Russia, the way you say this vowel is oi, because you're feeling somebody's pain. So when you're feeling somebody's pain, an intuitive sound is to go oi. But if you're just being empathetic in what the situation, you're feeling the situation, it's going to be oh. So when you just get the point, you say, "Ah, I get it." Oh. But when you understanding a person's feelings, you're feeling it, it's going to be oh. It's a longer sound. Oh, I understand you. Oh, I understand you. That's what it is. That's the energy behind it. Let's go to the right side, the bottom. The bottom on the right side, you're going to see there's 4 dots. 4 dots underneath that line. And each that dot, it's a dot, right? But the energy over here is that of Netzach, which Netzach means it's going to continue. It's going to be enduring. It's not going to stop. And you know when people give up things because it's not fun. It's got to be fun. So the sound of this, the intuitive sound is E. Like in when people are going down the slide, they go wee down the slide, which that is an intuitive sound for fun. Wee is fun. So if you want to keep on doing something, you have to figure out how to make it fun. But what's interesting, E is also when you want to win, win, E, victory, E, and it's all E. So a lot of martial artists, when they're focusing their energy and they're making an explosion of energy in order to break a tile, let's say, a concrete tile, they say he-ya. So the E sound brings up a focus of energy, but it's also fun because that's how it's going to continue. And basically, if you want to be successful, this is also the successful. So when you say this word rik, you actually face has to smile. So if you want to be successful, you have to smile. You have to be able to focus on one point. You know, the problem is that sometimes people want to win, but they didn't really establish what's the end state they want to get to. So a person really has to know if they want to win and want to be victorious and they want to be successful, you have to understand the present state now. You have to investigate the situation now. You have to investigate the situation that you want to get to. And then you have to figure out, am I pressing the right button? Am I focusing on the right thing? Because as soon as we realize that the thing that we're focusing on is not going to give us the end state, this is not going to be real victory. It's the emotional victory, but it's not going to bring the end state of victory. So you have to replan and focus somewhere else. Do not overcommit to something that's not going to get you to the end state. So therefore, focus on the right things. Be willing to put your dot somewhere else. But when you're doing it, do it all the way. Don't spread your energy. And that's what's going to give you success. Make it fun. Focus totally on it and make sure that is the thing that's giving you the end state, and abort and refocus as soon as you see that it's not. So you're basically making the same mouth shape as O, just it's deeper in the mouth, so it's E, becomes E. What about the left side? The far left side, we see 3 dots we actually see 3 dots at a diagonal, and it happens 4 times. And this is the intuitive sound of lifting up a trumpet, and or a like a wolf howls. Well, humans, you want your voice to go far, and the name of this vowel is called kibbutz, means gather the people together. When you want to gather the soldiers together in order to create a united, strong front, you blow the trumpet. So this is the kibbutz, the u sound, when you slightly raise your chin, because you're trying to make a voice, a stronger voice that's going to go further, that's going to gather everybody in, and it's going to be the ooh sound, the ooh, like the howling. Ooh, like if I saw, there's a video online. Bunch of kids see a wolf and they all say, "Okay, we're all going to howl together," and the wolf howls with them. It goes, "Ooh!" Lifts up its chin and it howls. That's the intuitive um, sound over here. It's the ooh, the higher ooh. The chin goes slightly up in order to make that angle, to make the higher ooh sound. The energy of that is recognizing truth. Um, it's a strong position. We're holding our ground, but it's not about victory. We're actually going the other way to hold our ground. It's a position of strength, but it's not about victory. And some people misuse this, and they just that's called tooting the horn. They're tooting the horn. They're saying what's true, but it's actually not going to change the end state. So then why are you saying something that's not useful? But sometimes it is useful. Sometimes you just got to say things the way they are. So it depends how you use this emotion, because this emotion is a position of strength. It's recognizing truth. It includes gratitude. It's about being real. It's about being real, but we have to make sure whenever possible it actually comes to the chirik. We're actually going to come to victory, count to success, because it itself doesn't symbolize success. It symbolizes doubling down, staying strong, gathering everybody together. Now, but you need both. You need to know when to say no, and that's what this is important. You can't be afraid to say no. You have to be able to sound the alarm when something's wrong, but that's not going to give you a winning state. It's just it has to be done. Now let's go to the middle bottom. The middle bottom, and you see something very interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4 lines down, you see this hook shape with a dot right in the middle of the hook. That's a vav with a dot right in the middle of the hook. That's what it is. Or wow, whatever, a hook, and then it's interspersed with these other letters, and there's 4 of them. And what that means is, let's go to the top. If understanding the intuitive sound for understanding the point is oh, I get it, and the intuitive sound for empathy, feeling something, is oh, the intuitive sound to really connect to something is deeper. It's ooh, but it's an ooh which comes from the stomach. It's deeper. It's not about lifting up the chin. The other one on the left side, the diagonal, you're lifting up your chin because you're calling out to gather everybody together. Ooh, but this call is more of I really connect to this. This is a ooh, it's a pleasure. I really connect to this. I don't not only just get the point. I not only have empathy and it's oh, like I feel you. I feel what you're saying. That's oh, a longer oh. But I really connect to it is ooh, ooh. Now, one of the useful things is sometimes people um, try to influence you in a certain way, and they say, "Well, I understand how you're feeling about this. Let's have a conversation about how you feel." When what they're really supposed to be having is a intelligent conversation in the A zone. Give me some data. Give me the information. How do you know this data? I know there's more than one point over here. There's one more. Explain the data. That's an A conversation. AU. Let's have that conversation. Don't go to an ooh conversation, how I feel about it. we need to have an intelligent conversation at this point in time. So everything has its place. Sometimes it's appropriate to have an intelligent conversation. Other times it's appropriate to have empathy. But if you're going to have empathy where you when you should really be investigating the reality, so then that's out of place. So every emotion has its place, and every emotion will be taken to the extreme and be misused. But at the same time, every emotion could be used appropriately together with the other emotions. It could be used appropriately to be a personality. I mean, this is all about being a personality, that you have these different tools that are available to you, and yet you're one person. Yet the you, and I think when we say you, it connects with the word "u." The real you is the foundation, and it's a base for all the other emotions in your personality, and it's the you that manages, juggles these emotions to be able to get the appropriate results. And if you want to be successful, you have to focus on one thing, and be happy, and go for victory, and always realign yourself to something. If something's not being successful, not getting to the end state, we immediately focus on something else, because it's about that is about victory, about the chirik, about victory and a smile. That's the energy for victory. Energy for victory is a smile. It's from the right side. So that's it for the Aleph base, and I really hope you're going to use this and make this really useful for yourself. And this is really a time to balance the emotions and be intelligent in the use of our emotions.